Hello, everyone. I'm Hannah. I send you a message every time, and you never notice it.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Yeah, I'm bad at things. Well, I was trying to figure out why the music did a thing, but that must have been you, like,
I grabbed the
establishing
headphone because
dominance. And
I
then
grabbed the headphone because it was uncomfortable, and I was trying to reposition it. And if you poke the headphone, it pauses whatever's playing.
We have established a good technology. I see.
I
have a problem with my buddies sometimes too. I don't know, but yeah. So we're here. We're here doing the thing, and there was a reason we didn't do the thing, and the thing that we didn't do it for is a good thing.
I know.
You got a new thing going on. You got a new thing.
I have many new things going on.
Yeah, but a big important one.
I don't know.
Took a lot of things.
Both moving and the name change took a lot of things. I assume you're talking about the name change?
The moving was definitely a big thing. A big thing that took the month. And then the name change has been in works for much longer than that.
Yeah.
So we got some good stuff. By the way, we have been gone for a little while.
A month. We've been gone for a month.
And we love you deeply. We haven't been gone. We've been streaming.
We've been streaming on our individual Twitch channels and posting on our individual YouTube channels, but we haven't gotten together in about a month. So good news, people who are Patreons of us, it'll be a cheap month for you.
Yeah, actually, we have been together a couple times. We just did friendship and not content, which is fine. We haven't taken a break in 10 years, so it's whatever. Actually, we took a Christmas break 4 years ago. I remember that. That was good. Smith Black, thanks for the $5 dues. Is it Jakeless June yet? No? Ugh. All right then. I'll pay my monthly tithe of the week gods anyway. Do we get Jakeless June? Is that a thing? That'd be weird. Wow, you would have so many lists of prepared content. Okay, so can I start off?
I just like to be prepared. I like to know what we're covering.
Be prepared. You don't.
I like to be prepared.
I mean, in life, you just do not like to be prepared.
Life isn't my streams. Life isn't streaming.
Jesus Christ. So every time we've ever turned on cameras together, anytime, we've done friendship the whole time, before, during, and after. And for some reason, Hannah got very frustrated with me validating that deep and wonderful friendship and saying that we have interesting conversations every time we turn on any camera, or we're just in a room together. It's always a good time. I don't know why. I don't know why you gotta itemize your thoughts, because whatever comes out of your face is gonna be great. I'm gonna love it.
Applesauce.
Love applesauce. Love an applesauce. You ever had an applesauce? Don't eat too much though, because then you get the poopies, because they're high in fiber. You ever had the apple poopies?
No.
You never gone to the apple orchards around here, because we live in Michigan. You never gone to one, just ate way too many apple things and then had the apple poopies?
No.
If I go to someplace for you,
if I go to someplace like that, I'll probably get apple cider donuts or something.
Oh yeah, okay. Not the real fruit, just the fruit, the cake, the fruit flavored cake.
I'll get the baked goods adjacent to the apples. I think by osmosis, they must absorb some of the nutrients, right?
I don't like how I have always been the more massive of the two of us, but I'm the only one that eats vegetables. I think it's fucked up. I think that's messed up.
I'm definitely bigger than you at this point in our lives.
Like,
I think
relative
to our heights, I think.
I guess maybe, but
let me put it this way: at my largest, I was larger than you. I've lost some weight, so I don't know specifically.
I don't know,
but it's irrelevant. I'm working on losing weight anyway. So.
We're all improving. That's good. Yeah. Anyway, what's the anyway? What do we got? Oh, we have other big news. You just yesterday, right?
Yesterday.
I'm missing my days up. Yesterday, it's official. It's official. I'm so happy for you. Go ahead. I'm not going to steal your thunder. I'm just excited
yesterday,
for you.
I went to court and got my name changed, because you have to have a hearing in Michigan for some reason. A lot of places don't. It's really antiquated. I've talked about this multiple times, and I'm going to reiterate it because it's an issue. And I don't ever have to deal with it again. So it's not an issue for me. I'm done. It's an issue for other trans people, though, especially, and frankly, anyone who wants to change their name for any reason.
Right.
It's the most antiquated fucking system ever, and I would imagine the reason it doesn't get overhauled, at least in this day and age, is probably because our Republican legislature here in Michigan probably doesn't want to do so, because it makes it more difficult for trans people, and we know how much Republicans love trans people. So, you have to...
You can do anything you want, unless it's something we don't want.
Yeah. You have to file all sorts of paperwork. You have to...
How long would you say the total process took to do that?
Since we first got paperwork for it,
yeah,
maybe, I don't know, Baja would know better than me because she printed off the initial paperwork for me, probably 6 months.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not slow. And then I mean, obviously there's gonna be like fees and stuff.
Oh yeah, it cost, overall it was a decent bit of money. So did they dead name me through the process? Yes. But I kind of understand for the record why. Like, okay, I'll go through the process. So we had to fill out a bunch of paperwork, file that paperwork with the court, get paperwork back from the court, use that paperwork and go to, we have to set an appointment with the sheriff, go to the sheriff's office, get fingerprinted, that costs money. Send those fingerprints to the state of Michigan police. They then, you have to get 2 copies. They then do a background check and also send a copy to the FBI, who also does a background check. They send those copies to the courthouse. I also have to get the notice of name change published in a physical newspaper.
See, that's the part that, like, I kind of understand for, like, some security reasons why you can't just come in here and change your name. Mm-hmm. This is the way we track people. But the newspaper thing is the antiquated part. Safe.
It's a waste of money for everyone, and who the fuck cares? And also, there are trans people who I assume have family members. I even have family members who I don't need to fucking know what I'm up to.
That's like my point, yeah.
But certainly there are trans people who it poses a danger to publicly post in like a paper, even though no one reads newspapers, so what's even the point? Yeah. Like,
and
hey,
imagine if you didn't live in like this area, like if it's someplace like worse, a small town in the south or something, or like a Mormon area, I don't know. Like,
and in the paper you have to publish like, legal dead name has a thing on such and such date to change their name to, in my case, Hannah, and you know the rest, but I don't want to tell anyone for, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is really stupid. I understand back in the day, the idea was like if you owe anyone money or whatever, they could see in the paper, oh, that's where that person is. I better go show up and
like a Homeland Security thing, I assume. Like I'm sure that's the argument. Whether or not that's got veracity, I guarantee you that's the argument.
It's the dumbest thing ever. It's a waste of money. It costs money. It takes time. Yeah. It's stupid. So that all got sent. Then finally the court date was finalized. Went in yesterday. It was basically a formality. It was fine. There was another trans person there. He seemed like a cool dude. His name was Damien, which is a sweet name. But yeah.
About that.
You go up in front of... The courtroom was actually cool. I've never been in a courtroom before. I've never... Well,
You've never been in a courtroom?
Never been in a courtroom before.
Hi, Jeff. Jeff Holiday in chat. Hello.
Oh, hey, Jeff. Like, I've had jury duty before, but I never actually got selected for jury duty, or even went to, like, the voir dire process or anything, or, like, anything. I literally sat in the waiting room until they dismissed us.
I remember talking about that, about how you could get out of that, because you didn't want to.
No, I'm a weird...
You're a weird
I don't want to be on a jury, but also I feel a responsibility to, because if anyone's going to be on a jury, and, like, if I think someone's innocent and everyone else is, like, guilty, I'm like, fuck! Now I gotta actually defend this person. Anyway, I
agree with you, by the way. I think that's,
the point I'm trying to... Oh, that's still charging. Okay. So we got to the courtroom, we all sat down, one at a time. They called us, I was first, they just call you up to the podium. I understand why, for the record, they have to. I'm not saying this is necessarily a bad thing, it's not great, but I understand why they do it. They basically say, you know, legal dead name, such and such, the judge just said, so you want to do this? They ask questions which are kind of funny. They said, why do you want to change your name? I made a dumb joke. No one laughed, but the judge cracked a smile, so I'll count that as a win. He basically said, the judge, one of the questions was, why would you like to change your name? And I was wearing like a dress and a thing at the time, and I was in full makeup. Did you just
go like,
I don't...
For this glorious visage.
No, I just don't think my name matches my outfit. And
that's a good joke.
He smiled, and I didn't hear anyone else laugh, but it's a courtroom.
That's a good joke.
Tough crowd.
That's actually
so anyway,
I
was like, sorry, no. I, for the record, was like, I'm transitioning, and I just want to change my name to what I would like it to be. And I was like, sure. And the funny question, which is for the record, I understand the purpose. So if after the fact it turns out you're lying, then they can say, we'll get you for perjury too. But they, on the record, because they have you under oath, they say, are you changing your name for the purposes of fraud? No. So then he's just like, all right, and he reads out something for the record, and the stenographer's fucking losing her mind. The stenographer's face was crazy during the whole thing. I don't envy her job. Stenographers are another thing that are so antiquated and weird to me. Like,
why don't we just video it?
Just video record it. And then have someone... I understand you need transcripts. I understand. But then have someone do a transcript of it after the fact.
Yeah,
Why
later, without being under duress.
Because the whole time she's just like...
Like, what if you slur a word?
I think she was mad at me when I made the joke. I think she was mad. I think she was like, I gotta fucking
now I gotta write that shit.
But
Chibbers the Squirrel chiming in on the topic with $5 use. Thank you. Jury duty can be devastating to people who live paycheck to paycheck. You miss out on a full day's work usually, and they only pay you like $10. I don't know why they don't pay they look at your last paycheck, you take your stub in, and you go, okay, this is how much I'm losing. Now it'd be harder for someone like us to do that, but I mean, even so, I think it would be just reimburse me, bro. Like, what did you make last Tuesday or whatever? Or what's the usual Tuesday for you, or what? I don't know, whatever day you're on. But like, that'd be good. But you missed the joke. What was the joke? The joke was, do you want to deliver it one more time?
Oh, it was stupid.
Stick the landing this time. Everyone's gonna laugh. Everyone laugh.
The judge asked, "Why do you want to change your name?" And being in a dress, and I was wearing like this lace shawl thing. I was like, I don't think it matches my outfit. So anyway,
that's a good joke. I think it's a good joke.
Sure, he read out some stuff for the record, said it was approved, signed some paperwork, handed it over to the bailiff, or he called him deputy. He's basically the bailiff, but he's a deputy. Whatever.
Chat seems to really like the joke.
And he's just like, go sit down, and then when everyone else is done, they took us down to the basement of the courthouse, which is where the records department was, where they officially filed the record and gave us copies, because I gotta send those copies to like my banks and basically anyone who has my legal name as a thing that's important, internet company, everyone I pay a bill to, everyone I pay money to on a regular basis, I have to give them a copy of this.
By the way, you sent me some money over, which is weird because you never send me money through that apparatus because you never send me money because we have a weird situation where it ended up being my account. But it did dead name you, and I was like, who the fuck is this? Oh, what? Because it's been forever, and I was like, stop fucking texting me, weirdo! Like, just immediately, I was like, I don't know you, and also, I don't know how to get money from that. So if it never came out, it just never came out, and I don't really care. Because I tried to accept it through my Banky app, but yeah, it didn't work.
If it won't, I'll just bring cash next time I see you, I guess.
Whatever, you just bring other things. I don't care. You'd be like, here's some soda pop.
I'll bring you some weed or
there you go. Hell yeah.
Pizza.
I
don't know.
Yeah, but make sure it doesn't come out of your account first.
Sure.
And that was just for the record. It was for the PO box that we have. We usually split the cost or pay every 6 months. One of us swaps out, and I just did the whole year. So it's because it's far away from you now, and that just sounds like more of a pain in the asshole.
Yep. I know someone sent me. I think someone made me a custom spell book thing for D&D. I gotta get that. It should be in the PO box. Yeah.
Oh, was it? Well, I only got one box out of it.
Sure.
Well,
it's not something I need immediately or anything. I just thought it was.
It was covered in duct tape. So I didn't make unless it was recent. Like was it before you texted me about that? Before I handle it? It
was before. I don't know if it actually got there yet. It was something that someone mentioned was gonna come at some point. So, I gotta show you. Hold on. So, as a celebration, I told you there are good restaurants around here. Don't say where I live, by the way, ever on stream. If it ever comes up. Not for my sake, but for Baja's. I don't want anyone to dox her or where she works. So,
Baja lives on Blast Mountain.
That's true. Speaking of which, have you seen the card?
Mountain? No, she lives on Mountain Dew.
The cards against...
Fuck, Mount Dew.
This is a Cards Against Humanity card that's just on my shelf now, and it's dumping Mountain Dew Baja Blast all over my glorious natural titties.
That's. I mean, is there a better one that exists? Probably not. I'm both proud and a little bit I feel bad that her legacy is forever Baja Blast because Kaiser Soze.
Not just her. Her dad's Twitter or Twitch handle is Mr. Blast. I am
a menace, and I am, frankly, your nickname stuck around for 15 years. So
you didn't come up with that one.
Well, no. Well, I guess you're right. I didn't come up with it, but we did repopularize it for ease of use. Yeah, I think it wouldn't have been a thing, but because we had other machinations actually back in the day, if you recall. But you were gonna show me your mug. There's something about this mug that we need to discuss.
This is great. So, Jordan Peterson tweeted a little while ago. I
have a Jordan Peterson bust. Did you see this?
I did. Someone sent that. They 3D printed it. It was a cool 3D print.
Yeah, it's made of like actual like
it must have been like a concrete 3D printer, which
like
must exist.
Powdery, and it smells bad, but I love it so much.
So Jordan Peterson tweeted this the other day, and it was so funny. I decided I needed it on a mug because it encapsulated Jordan Peterson's pretentiousness, even on really banal topics. So you know the Ryan Reynolds movie Free Guy that just came out?
Yeah.
It's like looks like a silly comedy, which might be good. It's probably good.
Actually has decent reviews. Sure. I was surprised.
But it's it's a Ryan Reynolds comedy about him discovering he's an NPC in a GTA game and fighting the system. This is what Jordan Peterson had to say about it. I don't know how well this is going to read on camera, but I'll read it.
Son of a bitch. Yeah,
all of the pauses I'm going to be making are based on the punctuation he actually did. There are single word sentences in this, okay?
So you wait, did you print this out yourself?
I paid a company to do it. This
that's what I mean. Obviously, I don't think you got a mug and like screen like.
Yeah, no, I went to a website specifically and put in the link. This is probably the only mug on the planet that looks like this.
That's a good mug. That's a classy mug.
It's actually a good size too. Anyway, it says, "I went to a movie tonight at the theater. What a miracle!"
With the R-E at the end?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he's Canadian, so this might be just how he does it. But yeah, that's good. It adds to it.
I went to a movie tonight at the theater.
Why is he?
What a miracle!
What a miracle! Oh, I can't do it.
It's been maybe 2 years. Free Guy. Fun. Smart. Creative. And a perfect archetypal structure.
Stop.
It's not done yet.
No, but tell him to stop.
Persona. Shadow. Anima.
What?
Self. In that order. Perfect.
Perfect. He thought Free Guy was perfect?
It's the perfect Jordan Peterson tweet. And now I can drink out of it.
What are you going to drink out of it?
John Doyle tears.
Do you think John Doyle has tears? I think he's too hopped up on being around other young men. He's so weird now. I'm
calling it his midlife crisis, because I don't know what the fuck's going on with that dude, but he is losing it.
He is manic.
Yes.
I don't know, like, if home life was weird for him moments before he left. Like dad was just a strange guy. Maybe mom was weird. But he got to Texas and hung out with the bros, and he just, like, full fucking weirdo. He's not even making content. It's, like, sort of like...
He's doing stuff
of thought. Yeah, but it's, like, not content, right? It's, like that man on the street thing. He just went out in the street and had really, really bad conversations, and it wasn't good. Yeah. Like, usually at least what I could say about John Doyle is that he does the topic.
Yeah.
He sometimes
it was a shit
bad,
post.
Like,
it was an absolute shit post.
It was just like nonsense. It was like, why are we here? I'm not even interested in this.
He's been doing stuff for that Slightly Offensive channel that's on the Blaze. So I think he's been spending some of his time doing that. But yeah, I don't know what he's doing with his time because he's not putting out almost anything.
Elijah Schaefer. That guy fucking sucks. What a fucking loser.
He's having a white boy summer week with Nick Fuentes and a bunch of other people in that sphere. They're going to a cabin to definitely not fuck each other.
I'm just saying, like, if those same exact people with their same exact beliefs happened to live in Afghanistan, there may be a drone sent by President Biden or Barack Obama because like they're not that different. They're just shitposty white guys. So people are like, yeah, it's fine, but they're not really different. They're not saying different shit, really. It's wild.
John Doyle doesn't want women to have the right to vote or work or go to school.
For the record, I do not support the unilateral bombing of anybody. No. I'm just tossing that out there. I'm just saying, like it's so funny that they would. Do you think they're gonna make content from their cabin?
No. John Doyle said he had like a bucket list. I'd recommend watching the video where he brought this up. It's interesting. I think it's his White Boy Summer video, which I did like an hour on or something like that. It's pretty interesting. Yeah. But he like said on the bucket list, he's like, yeah, instigate a fight with a friend. So like he's like, so like make them actually mad to the point that it turns into a real fight. And it's like, that doesn't sound fun, right? Just toxic masculinity shit. It's so weird. That's
way beyond toxic masculinity. Like I grew up a jock in very white spaces with like hicks and stuff. Like I've heard blatant racism come out of people's mouth. I've heard toxic shit. Never that on purpose. And just like the worst thing I can say about the toxicity of like men wanting to hurt each other is like those stupid games where it's like punch for punch, bro.
Yeah.
Or like the quarter. You remember the quarter game where people used to slide quarters into each other's knuckles? I never fucking did that. I was always like, you guys are dumb. Like that hurts. They're like, you pussy. I'm like, I guess, but I'm not stupid. Like, well, sure. Like, what is that gonna do? Who's that for? It's just so weird. Bucket list. Is he dying? Oh boy. The John Doyle has cancer videos would be absolutely wild.
Yeah,
that'd be a wild time. I hope he's doing well. I hope he turns his life around.
He won't.
I'm sure he's doing financially fine.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's doing great. He did take off the Trump hat though, which I find interesting.
He took it off.
Yeah, it's not even on his desk. It was like a slow transition. It went from his head to his desk to a shelf to now it's just not even in frame.
Well, he's not monetarily viable right now.
Of course he's not.
Of course not. He did say, in fact, go get vaccinated, which...
did he?
I mean, yeah.
I know Trump did. I thought you meant Doyle. Sorry.
No, not fucking John Doyle. Smith Black with $5 dues. On topic, John Doyle has frequently said that his dad was never in his life and wants nothing to do with him. It's part of the reason why he compensates. I mean, same, John. If you wanna powwow about daddy issues, we could actually talk about that, and maybe you have a breakthrough.
The difference between John Doyle's daddy issues and our daddy issues is it didn't turn us into neo-Nazis in suits.
I mean, that's really it. That's the whole thing. Was his dad... Wait, is his dad like... Why doesn't he like his dad? I feel like his dad was probably just like really cool, but like they didn't get along with his mom or something, and it's like, oh, I hate libs because my dad's lib. Maybe that's
no idea.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why he's like, we need the family unit because I didn't have that. And it's like, well, I mean, lots of people don't. It's okay.
He lived in a rich suburb of
I'm
Detroit.
Sure he was fucking fine, baby.
I think his dad was there, and his dad might have been from what I've heard from people who knew him. And again, this is just a legend, and this is just someone who told me this, who said they knew him growing up. It could be bullshit. His family were right-wing weirdos up to the point that his mom, she was a chaperone on a field trip they were at, and they were listening to music on the bus like you do.
This seems more likely.
And John Lennon's Imagine came on, and she did a whole speech about how John Lennon was like a piece of shit. And in fairness, John Lennon was a piece of shit in a lot of ways, but it was more about like Imagine as a commie song, which, could just be someone
Ben Shapiro?
I know Ben Shapiro did that, but other right-wingers have done that too, so I don't know. No. I don't know.
Right. I don't know. I think daddy issues are valid. That's fine. Everyone has something going on in their life that's like a thing they got to get over. But I don't know. I hope John Doyle at some point isn't a bag of shit, but I can't imagine that's ever going to happen.
No.
I think he's going to be a bag of shit his entire existence, and he's going to have like this really weird path. Like it just doesn't seem like this is going to end in a way where we go like, oh look, John Doyle, he had a pretty sweet gig.
No.
Like he's just so odd. Specifically, out of all the right wingers. Like, him and Nick Fuentes seem like there's going to be, like, a big thing that happens, like, to mark the end of their career. I don't know what it is. And I hope it's not,
Fuentes could go to...
but...
It wouldn't surprise me if Nick Fuentes someday went to jail for some sort of actual weird, like, neo-Nazi terrorist plot. Again, this is just, like, speculation. I know he got some suspicious transfers of Bitcoin prior to the January 6th thing.
Yep.
He's on the no-fly list, and I know some of his assets got seized, so I don't know if he's under some sort of investigation or what, but that's pretty funny.
Maybe they'll end up together, and it'll be cute.
I just can't imagine. I don't know why John Doyle sees Nick Fuentes and goes, yeah, that's the guy I want to be like.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, unless it's all a financial thing, like, well, although it doesn't seem like it, just the way he talks about it. Like the porn thing. I did every episode of that.
Yeah, I did the porn thing in 2 parts because it was so fucking long.
See, I did it in like 5 parts to break it down, and we did it in we titled them after Star Wars films. A new coat. Had to have.
I just don't know why he is the way he is.
I don't know. I'm glad that we spent some time on John Doyle, though. He deserves some time in the sun. Speaking of time in the sun. I'm sure the answer is going to be similar to mine. I don't know if it's going to be exactly the same as mine. But there has been discourse recently. The big discourse about platforming, specifically Lauren Southern.
I hate discourse.
I do too. Most of it. This one's interesting though, because I tend to agree with people. Like, stop when right winger like careers die. Let it happen. Just let it fizzle out.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sargon of Akkad slowly just drifting away, and the Lotus Eater stuff is really, really
I don't even
boring.
cover him anymore. He's fucking irrelevant. No one talks about him for good reason. No one cares.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, once they start dying, just let it die.
Yep.
That includes Lauren Southern. I think Lauren Southern should not be platform. Like, we shouldn't be debating her or like popping on her things anymore. It gives her legitimacy and there's traction. And like, you can watch the Google Analytics of this stuff. I think when someone is climbing, or like there's that sort of like top of the peak of like a career on YouTube, that sort of like area where people are peaking, and some people end up having those plateaus of longevity, but I think that's fine to interact with those people. I think they need, like, because they're gaining traction, you need to counteract that. So I do think that there's a little bit of like that free speech warrior, what do they say, like sun sanitizes stuff. Like, well, I don't know what the fuck. Bring it out into the sunlight to sanitize. That's bullshit. They say that because they want interactions with lefties and cliques and stuff and like debates.
The whole like free marketplace of ideas thing and like, the best ideas will rise to the top imply that no evil way of thinking has ever become prevalent in society, as if like Nazi Germany didn't happen. Authoritarian regimes elsewhere, like,
sure.
And guys,
I'll include the leftist ones that are bad, absolutely.
Sure.
Of course.
Fucking,
obviously.
like, Jim Crow in the United States, like, that had public support. Bad ideas absolutely spread. People are not rational. So many people assume... It's so weird to me that so many, like, things like that assume that people are rational and reasonable and will pick the right thing based on the merits and not based on their own emotional preconceptions and what they already believe. We know people operate that way.
It's usually the same people that don't think that's a thing, like that are saying that thing. So you don't see a lot of people that go like, yeah, people are easily manipulated. I think if everybody like studied just like how propaganda works just like once, they'd be like, oh, like, and then they'd be over it. Or at least they'd have a better. They wouldn't be over it. You wouldn't be not susceptible to it. We all are. But I mean, like you'd be at least be aware of it when it's like happening to you.
Yeah.
Over the course of time, but yeah. So I really think we should probably like chill on how we do that kind of stuff. Like I also think small people that are fringe are fine. Like it just depends on what the content is like. But for instance, like Destiny has been mad at me a lot and wanted me to debate stuff. And I guess this is a little bit different than platforming, but I guess the content that we platform is also kind of like the point. And I was telling him because I kept having disagreements because he had like one about trans panic arguments and he was on the wrong side of that. And he had another one about I can't remember. He wanted to debate me about the trans panic thing though, and I was like, that's not happening. And he's like, why, pussy? And it's like because like it's not a thing. Like it was past the time when he was talking about it. When you bring that shit up, it just hurts the community that you're talking about. Like in this case, obviously, trans people for the trans panic argument. And if you don't know what that is, I know you do, but chat, like the whole idea that someone is lying to you and trying to sneak in that they may be trans, and like that whole like I mean, think of like Ace Ventura, all those really harmful depictions of people like getting upset when they or even early although they treat it a little bit differently, but early Always Sunny, when Mac finds out that the girl he's pining after at the time is a trans woman, and then they parlay that into some sort of gay metaphor, but eventually, which they were trying at the time and it was dated, but still it's harmful.
The first depiction of the trans woman whose name I'm forgetting on It's Always Sunny is kind of questionable, but every time she reappears, it's great.
And I also think that she's always the good person in that. So I think
it retroactively
a little bit, but
it retroactively made the first one fine because, like, of course, the gang are fucking idiots, and even later, even the gang later is like not transphobic at all. They did an episode called, I think it was like the gang takes on the bathroom debate or something, and in the first like minute of the episode they established this episode is not about trans people using the bathroom. Who the fuck cares? It's like some other stupid petty thing they care about.
Yeah. That's what I like about that show is that they use the shitty characters to kind of show you like, look at how shitty this is. They do a pretty good job with that, but they use the T-slur in those episodes early on and stuff like that. But irrespective, the point was not Always Sunny or that. We could talk about that though. And there was a really good documentary called Something that I forgot, but it was really good about transmedia and stuff on Netflix. I don't know if you saw it. I just like stop debating. If you can help it, stop debating things when they're not being talked about. Like, because you can restart discourse with certain people. Like, if I talked about that with Destiny, that would restart that. And then there's another week on Twitter where trans people got to go invalidate themselves in relationships.
Wait, are you telling me I should cancel the debate I was about to have on kink at Pride? Have we not talked about that?
Right, exactly. Like if it's not during the time that discourse is happening, there is no reason to bring that back up. I'm fine with like during June if that happens and you're like kink at Pride. I'm fine with that. But then there's like a statute of limitations. Like you get that first little bit, but you can't keep perpetuating it. And that's why I didn't engage in that shit. It's just too much. It's just too much.
All the kink at Pride discourse all that month just made me want to fucking just like shut up, guys.
I just made me want to ball gag each and every one of them.
It's funny too because and I'm not saying there aren't I'm not saying there aren't legit discussions, but first of all, local Pride organizers have basically dealt with this on an individual event level forever. This is already something that's been dealt with. Like, look at the stuff for your individual areas' Pride events. They're going to have their own rules posted. They're going to say if there are adult-only sections or times or whatever, or if there are, like, after parties at bars and stuff. That's a separate thing from the event, which I personally think should be as family-friendly as possible. But I also don't think people just, like, having a choker on or whatever is inherently inappropriate. Kids aren't going to know what the fuck that is. Whatever.
Right. I don't think a day collar is inappropriate. And frankly, some people don't even know they're wearing one. Like, that is that. They just think it's cute, so.
I'm not trying to start this fucking discourse, so I'm not.
No, we're not. I don't think we are. But
that discourse is its own thing. It's also, I'm not kidding, like a thing on like 4chan and these other sites, they will intentionally go on Twitter and stuff and try and incite this discourse in order to sow division amongst the LGBTQ community intentionally. Yeah, I've seen the fucking threads where they say they're doing this shit. It's not subtle.
No. These are the two definitions of soy. Bro.
It's true.
If that makes you uncomfortable, why don't you go eat some meat proteins?
Yeah.
Go eat some hamburgers.
Also, something. I would eat way more soy if phytoestrogen worked the way Chuds thought it did. I imagine that you would be in edamame. Get it? Because it's soybeans when you. Anyway, so I thought I had something else that I wanted to. Oh, it was Disclosure. The movie was called Disclosure. It's a really good documentary on it's available on Netflix. It's on the sort of really, really bad history of depictions of trans people throughout media, and it's a good breakdown of why that's important, and especially as someone who has seen most of the. I watch a lot of movies, so and shows and stuff, and so I've seen most of these things that they're talking about. And I'm sure a lot of people, if you spend time doing that, you do as well. And then you go, oh shit, that was bad for this reason. I get it, and it's only trans people's perspectives, right? Like it's only like trans content creators, actors, actresses, stuff like that, and like producers. I think Lily Wachowski's on there. Yeah. It's just really, really good. And I super strongly recommend every single person just watches it, because it also is like about representation, just kind of that topic, and it's really well put together, and it was easy to watch. Like Sarah and I watched it on accident. We started to go, oh, that looks interesting, maybe we'll watch it while we sit here and hang out, and we ended up just being glued to it because it was well done. So super strong recommend Disclosure. Also soy is delicious, like soybeans, edamame, so good, dude. I could eat those little pods all day long. I don't, but I could. I was going to show you something, by the way, earlier, and we got on some other topic. So yesterday, because I had my name change, to celebrate, I got some food delivered from one of these places. And I know my hair. I gotta get my bangs trimmed, guys. I know. So there's this restaurant in town called. Someone said I look like the early Beatles in the front, late Beatles in the back. I know.
Wait, what is that camera? What is that camera?
Oh, I didn't adjust this one. Sorry. Hold on.
Give me more. I gotta get over here more. Or is it the other way? No, I gotta get the other way. Yeah. There we go. We'll do it live. I was thinking. I said to Sarah the other day. I like how I look better on camera, and then she said, but it makes you look wider than you actually are. And now I agree, and now I hate it. I agree, my head is not this wide. Like when I look in the mirror, it's not. That's weird. It could be this. It's a little bit of that. It's a little bit. But either way, it's gourmet meets grilled cheese. We went to a grilled cheese place way long ago, and that seemed like a heavenly spot for you. That seems cool, though.
Yeah, this is a local. I mean, it's not local. That's a franchise, but there's one locally here. Let me see if they just. Where's just the menu? Could I just see a menu? That'd be great.
Probably in grilled cheeses. Or order now.
Hold on.
Yeah, you probably don't want to.
Yeah.
They have. Go to Avondale, Arizona's menu. We don't.
Sure, they're probably similar. I'll go to the one in Lombard, Illinois, so we can see the menu there. Oh, they don't have pictures of all of it. Fudge it. I'm gonna Google him. American Grilled Cheese Company. I'm sure there's pictures of it online, and I'll show you. Yeah, cool. So they have tons of different grilled cheeses, and yes, before anyone gets pedantic, I'm aware most of their grilled cheese are either patty melts or melts, but they still look good, so shut the fuck up. This is their lobster.
As long as we can agree.
This is their lobster mac and cheese grilled cheese, which looks awesome. I think I'm going to get that next time. I'd eat that
with my whole.
This, I think, is their hot chicken grilled cheese. Hot southern chicken grilled cheese.
Oh. Did they do like a Nashville hot chicken?
Yeah.
Grilled cheese.
Okay. Yeah. Their grilled cheeses have a centerpiece of bread, too, to kind of keep things together, and also so there's cheese on everything.
Okay. Is that mac and cheese on every as well? I'm seeing a lot of like noodly things.
The only mac and cheese one is the lobster mac and cheese one.
Oh, okay.
They do have a side of mac and cheese, their side of mac and cheese was actually great. It was I got this is what I got yesterday. It's basically a double patty melt thing. It's bacon, grilled onions, pickles, Thousand Island. I think I got it without the Thousand Island because I'm not a fan, but some people might like it. I got that, and I got a side of the mac and cheese, and they have this smoked bacon grilled cheese, and it's like that kind of or not grilled cheese. The smoked bacon mac and cheese, and it's that mac and cheese that tastes like it's from a barbecue place.
Ooh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
it was delicious. But yeah, I had part of this sandwich for dinner last night. I had some for lunch today, and I'm having it for dinner tonight. It's a fucking ginormous sandwich. It's ridiculous. They also have this brisket one that looks pretty good.
Now I'm thinking I made carnitas, which is it's just really well cooked pork. It was actually really easy, but and I know you like porky things. It like you cook it down and then it so it gets really really tender, and then you cook it in its own fat so it gets like crispy, and it's just pork and salt and water, and it's really good. But now I'm thinking about making, because it's sort of like pulled pork in a way, but like imagine pulled pork but had like crispies on it. It was really good. Like I'm imagining that in a grilled cheese now. Like, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. They also, and I know you're not interested in this, but some of the people with sweet tooths will enjoy it. Deep fried cookie dough, which is delicious. So.
Oh, that made me sad. I didn't want to. I'll try. Look, I think people misunderstand what I don't like about desserts. So let me. I don't not like the taste.
Sure.
I do like the taste of desserts. Like I'll eat a bite of deep fried cookie dough, but after that sugar hits me and it just goes in, I just feel like. And I don't want anymore. Sure. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that is. It's just a lot for me. Describe it. Ooh, does it have like a gooey inside?
It's the outside is that sort of cake batter fry stuff that you get at like fair food type things. They drizzle chocolate sauce on the outside, just a little bit though, and then the inside it's like halfway between cookie dough and eating a cookie, so it's like a little fluffy, like it started to like rise a little bit, but it's still gooey in the center. It's delicious. It's really really great.
We got some webcam bots going on.
Nice.
I took care of it. I don't know if that does sound really good though. I like the deep fried Oreo like batter kind of thing. Is that like kind of the
same kind of batter on the outside.
That's good. That's good.
I gotta show chat. Some people have already seen this because I showed this to my stream yesterday when I did my stream last night. But this is my new phone, and I know you saw this, but
oh yeah,
I got a new phone. It's the new Samsung Galaxy Fold.
Now can this phone specifically you've been talking about for probably 5 years?
Yeah.
Like, I was in Idaho when you were like, oh, look at this cool phone. I want this phone someday.
I waited until version 3 so they could work out some of the kinks.
I was pretty excited for you when you showed me that because, like, I know it's like a thing.
Yeah.
You love your, I said this earlier and you scoffed, but you love your electronic gimmicks. You love it.
I do. Here's the thing about this gimmick, though. It's actually really handy for all the things I do. Yeah. First of all, when it's in, like, call mode or just front screen mode, I actually like the thinner design here. It's more comfortable in my hand, and it's easier to... I don't have the longest thumb, so it's easier to kind of get across the whole screen. And then when I want to sit and do whatever, whether I'm scrolling on Reddit or whatever, you open it up. And it is a full, like, tablet thing. For the record, this shows up more on camera
does it sort of lock
in real life. Actually, no. It has kind of... The old ones did, but this one you can kind of have it any angle you want, and it stops the whole way.
Oh, and so it sort of has, like, a tension to it. I dig that. And does it come with a stylus, or do you use your finger? I
ordered the stylus. It comes separately.
Does it stay with the phone, or?
I had to get a case that has a thing for it. I assume the next version will probably have a space for the stylus, but this one does not. because I love styluses with the phone, especially stuff like this, because I like to take screenshots of stuff and write on them and tweet them. I used to do that a lot when I had the phone that did that, but I don't do it as much anymore. But
I have a Google Pixel and I fucking love it, but it doesn't have the cool screen.
Yeah. What I'm using this for a lot, and I've been using a lot, I read Marvel comics on the Marvel, this is not sponsored, feel the need to clarify that. I read the Marvel comics on the Marvel Unlimited app, and this is like the perfect device for this, because I can just carry it around with me, and if I'm in a waiting room or whatever, it looks like shit because of the light. Hold on, let me see if this will help.
Well...
It looks great in real life. The camera's not picking it up.
You just turn down your brightness on your screen and it'll be fine.
That's actually a good point. Yeah, a little better. But yeah,
yeah.
It's very convenient for just reading comics and stuff on the go.
And it's like the right width.
Yeah. It's perfect.
Nice.
I can still hold it with one hand because it's comfortable. It's awesome. I love it.
That's cool. I don't have any new technology.
And it's also cool for just like, I don't want to get, I probably shouldn't pick Disney Plus for copyright reasons.
Probably not.
Let's go with Leonard. The YouTube videos, it's cool too. This is just a Leonard French thing.
There you go. Shout out Leonard French.
Or power and the obvious direct.
There you go.
Yeah. It's very cool.
That is cool.
DMCA from Marvel in 3, 2, 1. No, they're fine with that. I tweet comic book panels when I'm reading it sometimes, and it's fine. Just don't.
I think they like that shit.
Just don't post the whole issue. You're good. But if you post, this page actually is awesome. Hold on, I'll just show you this. You're gonna have to look at the screen probably because I tweeted this a little while back.
No, I could probably look up your Twitter.
Oh, sure. I'll send you a link. This is from a recent-ish Marvel book. Let me get... Here. Here's the link.
Recent-ish Marvel book.
Came out this year. It came out earlier this year. And the premise of this book is... someone has changed reality so that the Avengers never existed. And instead, in their place, are... oh gosh, what do they call themselves? Shoot. I'm forgetting. They're basically just analogs of the Justice League, though. So this guy's Superman, there's a Batman, there's a Wonder Woman, there's a Green Lantern, there's a Flash. And it's like them, it's exactly them. They're just legally distinct for legal purposes. And no one remembers who the Avengers are. Squadron Supreme, thank you, that's their name. This is from a series called Heroes Reborn. And I'm just going to read this. This is great. Because Hulk shows up and no one remembers who the Avengers are. So... this guy, who's the Superman, decides to kill him. This is terrible. He says, I have to kill him 24 times before he stays dead. He screams hello over and over until he's a little more than a quivering puddle of radioactive goo. With his last words, I hear him call out like a destitute sinner searching for God in his final moments, but it's not God he calls to. Steve, he whimpers. Where's Steve? And with that, the Hulk rages no more. He just
Steve.
wanted his friend.
He just wanted Steve.
Yeah.
You know what I think would be funny if it wasn't Captain America, but just like a guy?
He was specifically asking about where his friends were prior to being murdered by...
Right. Why did they murder them?
Because the Hulk showed up at, like, a school.
And started smashing shit?
No, he was just, like, confused. He was asking everyone, like, his brain had clearly been screwed with, so he was even dumber than normal Hulk. And he was like, where friends and stuff. He was kind of actually talking like Bizarro, where the opposite of the thing he was saying was what he meant. So he seemed incoherent, and he was just in this elementary school. So the Superman character shows up and kills the shit out of him.
Okay. All right. Well,
yeah.
Sometimes you got to kill the shit out of Hulk with your laser eyes.
It's kind of cool though, because there's also it's a kind of a legal way to do crossovers between DC and Marvel characters without getting permission. So they had like Blade fighting with the Batman analog. That was cool. Just different shit.
I always liked. There was that fan movie that went out a long time ago, like years ago, and it was the Wolverine versus Batman. I always thought that would be kind of a cool fight. Just because Batman is like would have to deal with the healing factor, and he's dealt with people that are roughly power level. I mean, obviously more, but just like a certain type of Batman with Wolverine's always just sounds cool.
Still want to see Sentry rip Hyperion in half. Yeah, I haven't finished the series yet because I'm just catching up with it on the Marvel Unlimited app, but it's good so far. I'm not very familiar with the Squadron Supreme, so it's like, I don't know if Hyperion's normally like a huge fucking asshole, because he seems like he's, so far, I'm only on issue 3, it seems like he's trying to be a good, decent guy, but he's clearly not Clark Kent. He's no Superman, you know?
I kind of like the idea of like, you know, because they always do evil Superman and they always do good Superman. I do like the idea of like just trying but kind of sucks, like sort of a lib, like just does not always the best thing, and maybe is a little like too quick to like hurt stuff because he can. I don't know. I kind of dig the idea of like that's his weakness.
Yeah, like in
decision making.
In one of the issues, actually it's like it's not in the main series, it's one of the companion books. It's about Peter Parker and what he's up to, because none of the Avengers, most of them don't have their powers. Spider-Man doesn't have Spider-Man powers, he's just Peter Parker, and he's working for the Daily Bugle. Uncle Ben doesn't die, Aunt May does, because Hyperion, which is the Superman guy, throws a billboard into a building she happens to be in, trying to stop a villain, and it kills her. Yeah.
Sort of like The Boys a little bit.
A little. It's not as extreme as that, right. But yeah. Jeff says... oh, sorry, go on.
Well, I was just saying, I mean, The Boys has been really good, so...
yeah,
so,
I love The Boys.
Yeah.
Jeff says... I
love The Boys. Clip it.
There's been 2 major iterations of Hyperion. Squadron Supreme are supposed to be evil JLA, but for a while they had a good Hyperion during the Hickman run leading to Secret Wars. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, there's a Max series. Oh, the DC Young Justice League or some shit like that. With the
Marvel is the Max series. Marvel has like the Punisher.
HBO Max?
No, Max. Oh wait, I
was thinking HBO Max. I don't know.
I was thinking of the Marvel Max series, because Marvel has
right.
a line of comics called Max, which are comics that are for adults. Right. Because
I was thinking DC also has an HBO Max thing that is a violent sort of R-rated like Nightwing sort of group thing. It's okay.
Yeah,
I've watched probably, did I watch the first season, or I watched like the first half of the first? I don't know. It's fine. I would say it's better than like a CW thing, but it's not like the quality that I would normally fuck with. God, I forget what it's called. It's the DC show, the one with Nightwing. Titans, that's the one it's called.
I enjoyed the first season of Titans.
Yeah,
it's not great.
That's what I mean.
I heard Doom Patrol was really good, which is a spinoff. I heard that was great.
Doom Patrol is fun. I've only watched the first episode. It's fun. Brendan Fraser's good. It's definitely different. I'd say the best DC content on HBO is probably the Harley Quinn show. That's easily like...
I love the Harley Quinn show.
It's super good. I don't think people are prepared for it if they haven't seen it before. Just go watch the Harley Quinn show without kids and with no expectations. Especially if you like the animated Batman stuff when you were growing up. Like, there's no way you don't like this. Just... It gives you a little bit of nostalgia, and it's also just like got really good writing, and the characters are fun, and it goes in directions that I don't think you're used to in that kind of content. I think it's good.
They're supposed to be bringing back the Bruce Timm, Paul Dini Batman the Animated series on HBO Max.
I really hope they update it. Like
I'm concerned given Bruce Timm's output in the.
All
I have to say is, have you seen the animated adaptation of The Killing Joke?
Oh.
He fucks Batgirl. I don't like it.
Yeah, I have seen that. Doesn't make sense. Barbara. Muscle mystery. Jesus.
Non-binary teleporting sentient street that collects lost souls and outsiders. Yeah, I'm aware of that character from the comics. What the heck is the street's name? I love it. Because I've seen the clip from the show, too. It was posted on Reddit at some point where everyone...
I've definitely seen this, yeah.
Everyone has, like, an orgasm simultaneously, and they're on that street. It's like someone has a power to make everyone orgasm. Danny the Street! Yep.
So weird. That's good, though.
Yeah, I gotta check out Doom Patrol. I've heard great things.
I mean, from what I saw, I haven't gotten into it. It's fun, and I would probably give it another chance if I was really in the need for content. But
speaking of like franchise TV shows, have you seen Lower Decks yet? The Star Trek animated comedy. Oh, it's awesome.
I think I've seen a clip of one.
It's really good. If you like Star Trek, and I think you're a fan of Star Trek, check it out. It's very, very good. A lot of the jokes hinge on like your knowledge of Star Trek, but it's funny. I enjoy Lower Decks.
In news of stuff that also has happened this month, I guess we have to go back a little bit. We got our custom D&D table brought downstairs, and it's in the soon to be new D&D studio. It's going to be a lot different. If anybody watched any of the D&D content first time around, it was a lot of fun. Second time around, we have a budget, and that budget is not zero, and so it's going to look really, really good down there. I'm really excited about that. We're going to have such a good time.
Thanks for stopping by, Jeff.
We also have to prep the studio, and you and I guess I still have to do a little bit of stuff. I forgot that we waited for you to show up, and that got too late.
Yeah, we can just do that over the internet, though. I know we got to do preliminary stuff for like not rolling the character, but point buying and doing the character sheet for my campaign 2 character. Hopefully Randy will move into a new place soon, so we can do a live too. I don't want to wait another year to do that again. Right, I just had to do the move and everything, and you guys just got the thing, and I want to see what happens with that.
Christmas Saves campaign 2 is gonna be fucking ridiculous, though.
Oh, it's speaking of which, next, when you guys come down here, I got to show you the comic and game shop in downtown here. It's fucking awesome. They have so much terrain. I almost bought you a $150 full-sized ship. I swear to God, it's so cool.
You won't do it.
No, but they have all the modular pieces, similar kind of to the Dwarven Forge stuff that you got for the Zillideck battle, but like full dungeons and everything. And I know you know this exists, but I've never seen them in a store before, so it was
really
just cool.
They're really
they had, full sections, giant creatures. They had a full-sized. This is just to put in the room, and I think this would be cool to get at some point, just for a background thing for Charisma Saves. They had a full-size goblin.
Yeah,
it's just 100%. Like a detailed goblin.
Anything any of you ever want to get for the set or just for the game in general, I will incorporate if I can, and if not, we'll eventually incorporate it. It's an investment into the thing. So, Randy's done a lot for that as well, doing 3D printing, and painting and stuff, and it's really cool. Everyone's got like props. Everyone's committed to voices and cosplay for it.
I still got to get my fucking costume stuff. I cannot show up the first day and be the only one out with a costume.
That's true.
That'll feel wrong.
Yeah. So we're going all in. It's gonna be.
I got to get my professor hat so I can put it up on this shelf. I want that to be a part of my.
Yeah, that's down here. They're still in the.
No, it's at my house somewhere.
Downstairs, isn't it?
Or it's somewhere. I think it was like on top of the shelf. So you guys probably moved it when you were moving that shelf from my.
Are you gonna go back and like put stuff in boxes before the movers get there?
Yeah, I'm going on the 8th. I'm moving. Oh, okay. The movers are coming the 9th, so I'm gonna get the last stuff on the 8th. Alex knows. I talked to him yesterday. I was over there because after the name change, Baja had to charge her car because she has an electric car. So we hung out with Alex for a little bit over there and talked. And I was like, "Hey, is it cool if I come over the 8th to get the last stuff?" And so I'm here at 9 in the morning when the movers get here. And he's like, "Yeah, cool."
Yeah. Okay. We'll probably do something, the 8th. Wait, why did I think that I'm busy on the 8th? What do I have going on then? I don't think... Oh, I do. I know. On the 8th, I actually am busy. Not the whole day. Just at night. I am going on Dystopian Times with Mike from the Humanist Report.
Okay.
Which is a big old podcast, which is exciting. So,
cool.
That should be a good time. I also posted Miko content, the rare Miko content, on the Twitter machine. If anybody wants to go see the kitty cat, it's he's a cute floofy bean. It's the last thing I tweeted, I think. But Jake, can we send fan-made stuff for the D&D back to core? You can. There's no guarantee I use anything anybody sends, but I will try to, and it will, forever be in the D&D stuff. So, yes, send with the understanding that I want to incorporate everything, but I can't at all times. Like, I can't just shoehorn stuff. So, if you guys want to send anything at all, that you think would be cool for D&D, I'm down 100%. So we're always taking stuff. You can send that to the P.O. Box. It's the same P.O. Box that it's always been. 6544 Saginaw 48603.
I can look. Hold on.
Yeah, it's something like that. But we have it for another year. So and we got to do... Well, do you have stuff from the P.O. Box? Because there's not enough for an unboxing last time I went. Oh, okay, so yeah. We don't have to do unboxing for a while, but we haven't.
It would help if we keep putting out content on this channel and remind people.
Right. Well, now I think we're good. We had it was a combination of just a bunch of stuff, like especially house. I had a bunch of stuff going on. Friends had a bunch of stuff going on that I needed to be there for them. Like Randy moved. It was like just a whole bunch of stuff, and then just on top of that, just sort of being burnt out from the just the grind of that. I don't know. And so I am feeling much better about it moving forward, and I think it's going to be a good time. Love the idea. I have tossed this out to you, and this is really what I think, because we haven't prepped any of this today, and I think we are very good friends. We have good chemistry here. I like the idea of This Week in Friendship.
I know. Twiff. We still got to finish the Bible at minimum, though.
Twiff. But yeah, of course, obviously, we could do both. But I'm just saying, man, it's just nice. It's just nice to come in here and have some of the good stuff, have a little bit of the friendship stuff. Is there anything else today?
I
made pizzas. We're doing pizza now. That's pretty good.
The crusts, those crusts are good.
Pretty happy with the goddamn pizza. It's got a little tweaky here and there. I got to get a little bit better dough action, like a 3-day, rather than an instant dough, which will be tastier. But oh man, I made some good ass pizzas in my home oven, and it was easily the best homemade pizza I've ever had. So.
Did you see the Spider-Man Far From Home, or the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer?
Yeah. So why do I always forget his name? What's the Doc Ock actor?
Alfred Molina.
Molina, that's what it is. He's there, and you said that Willem Dafoe is confirmed, but I didn't see. I only heard I saw the Green Goblin bomb or whatever that
there are leaks that confirm it. I've seen pictures of him in the.
Hell yeah.
So there's speculation now. Have you heard? I'm assuming you heard the speculation that we saw a fake scene in the trailer.
The woman in the limo, or
no, the one where Tom Holland is on top of the car and he turns into Iron Spider there.
Yeah.
People are speculating because that's the same outfit that Tobey Maguire Peter Parker wore at some point, and they superimposed or just did another shot with Tom Holland for the trailer specifically. Because he says, "Hello, Peter." They're there, and it's the Doc Ock guy. And so could be. I hope that.
I'm just.
Are you spoiling it? Is it spoilers because you've got confirmation behind the scenes?
Yes.
Does anybody care about that?
I already told people on my stream.
It's just rumors.
It's rumors, and by rumors I mean I've seen photos that leaked from the set with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in their Spider-Man suits.
That's awesome. I want that. I'm not sad. I'm not upset about that at all. I don't think that's a spoiler. I think that comes out pretty quick.
Yeah,
looks
like they're gonna be
Doctor Who shit.
Yeah, they're all. I like Loki the show, but I also love that now variants exist which can canonize all the previous Marvel movies. Bring back Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider, you cowards.
Nicolas Cage I think if you do it in the updated, I forget the new Ghost Rider's name.
Which one? The one with the car?
Yeah. I think it's like
Robbie Reyes.
Reyes. Yeah. Robbie Reyes. That's the
Yep,
one. That's
Robbie
the one I'm
Reyes.
thinking of. Do a Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider, and then have Nick Cage show up as sort of like a thing. Like have a brief.
He showed up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I don't think that's canon, but I guess it kind of might be a multiversal canon thing now. I don't know.
S.H.I.E.L.D. is sort of canon, isn't it?
They haven't mentioned anything from it. I don't know. Oh, speaking of which, in the new Spider-Man movie, guess who not Tobey Maguire, guess who Tom Holland Spider-Man's lawyer is going to be in his legal trouble after the Mysterio thing?
Who's that?
Matt Murdock, Daredevil. Yeah. Yes. Do you want to know what the after credits scene is supposed to be?
Charlie Cox. No, I don't want to know the after credits.
Okay.
That's what I don't want to know. I want to get that good stuff, and I don't think anybody wants to know the after credit scene. Right?
Okay.
That's a spoiler. As far as the casting and stuff, like you can't keep that secret. That's fine. But like I don't know what's gonna happen though, so I'm excited. But I would like if they could reconcile their thing with Sony, that would be good. I would like if I don't know.
Sony should make continue where they left off with the Tobey Maguire series, bring back Sam Raimi, do a Spider-Man 4.
I'm fine with that.
Make $1 billion with your Sony Spider-Man 4 and have him meet Venom. And then let Tom Holland Spider-Man stay in the MCU and do MCU stuff.
And then have MCU Venom, please. Because I think they'd treat the black suit Spider-Man way better than anything Sony could do. But Carnage, frankly.
I've been reading another comic series that came out recently called Spider-Man Spider Shadow, where it's basically a what-if series where it's what if Spider-Man never got rid of the black costume and he became Venom. It's really good. Let me see if I can show you a panel of it, actually. He fucks up J. Jonah Jameson's hand.
Just his hand?
He crushes it. It's awesome. In fairness, it's not supposed to be awesome. I'm not saying it's a morally good thing he did. I understand it.
I'm all for Daredevil if Jessica Jones would come back. I like Jessica Jones.
I want Luke Cage to come back because I thought Mike Coulter did a really good Luke Cage.
I think the only thing that was bad about any of those was definitely Iron Fist. I actually like Mike Coulter as well as Iron Fist.
I like the Spider-Man as Venom design. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm trying to find the
weird like mouth thing, but I dig it.
Yeah.
I always liked whenever they made Venom just a little bit weird, or any of the symbiote stuff, just a little off.
Yeah. Oh, here he crushes J. Jonah Jameson's hand because he's mad that he's giving him bad press coverage. There's another scene where he's straight up. This is, I guess, a spoiler for this comic if you care. He straight up punches Wilson Fisk's head so hard it explodes.
Toby Spider-Man already met Venom. That's true, but that wasn't very good.
Oh, god damn it. You're right. I forget about Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Gwen, I agree with you. Spider-Gwen has actually got my favorite Spider Universe costume.
She's called Ghost Spider now, and I don't really like that.
Spider-Gwen is fine.
I understand why they don't. It would be like Peter called himself Spider-Peter. Like, it's like, of course he's Peter Parker. So I understand, of course, she's not called that in universe, but I don't know if I like Ghost Spider. It made more sense when she was just called Spider-Woman in her universe, which I understand, but now she's in the main Marvel universe, and she can't call herself that because there's already a Spider-Woman in the main Spider...
Sure.
In the
funny,
main
it's
616.
Yeah. It's funny that there's, like, branding issues with the different Spider folks.
Yeah.
Although I don't think that I want unless they do it with a multiverse thing in the MCU, I don't necessarily want a bunch of Spider people because it feels a little crowded.
The only one I really a multiverse Spider-Gwen.
Miles and Gwen are the only one, but
they already introduced Miles Morales' uncle, the Prowler. He was played by Childish Gambino. And there's a deleted scene from that movie where he literally, he's stuck to the hood of that car because Peter webs him to it. He calls and he's like, "I'm gonna be late, Miles. I'm sorry." So Miles exists in the MCU somewhere.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. I think there's lots of really good people to play it, but the guy from Detective Pikachu would be really perfect.
He's a little old at this point. Because Miles is even younger than Peter.
Well, I guess it depends on. I guess it depends on when they start it.
I would imagine
Justice Smith.
Whoever is going to play Miles Morales in the MCU is probably someone who we've never heard of because he's too young to be famous right now.
You're probably right. That would have been a good cast though, if they did it back in the day. But I hope that this next sort of wave is as good as the last. Like, it's pretty hard to follow that up, but I mean, we got like Galactus stuff happening. I mean, sort of
they're doing Kang first, based on the Loki.
Sure, but yeah. Well, I'm wondering if they're going to stick that to the series stuff, and they're going to have like that.
No, Kang. He's already confirmed he's in the next Ant-Man movie. So.
Oh, I love that actor though. He was really good in well, I mean, he's good in everything really.
Lovecraft County.
He was good in Lovecraft County, which is not very good, but he was good. Or at least what I saw. I stopped watching halfway through because it was just like craziness. It just didn't seem to have like, I don't know, a good pace to it. Plush Pond, thanks for the $4.99. Hannah, which is like a verbal key smash. Your bangs look so cute. Jake, you look okay. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Dang. Let me see. Jake is sexy as ever, and Hannah's haircut is super cute. There you go, Roland. Balancing the scales. Appreciate it. What else? I was gonna say something. I didn't have any more gimmicks. What was the thing I was gonna say? Damn. I forgot the thing. Well, is there any more friendship to be had on this day?
I have a show recommendation for you.
I would love a show recommendation.
It's called Kevin Can Fuck Himself. I don't know if you've heard
What's it
of
on?
or seen AMC.
Oh, well, I definitely haven't seen it.
Okay. Kevin Can Fuck Himself is a show. Did you watch Schitt's Creek?
I did not watch Schitt's Creek, but I'm aware of it.
Okay. The daughter from Schitt's Creek.
It's still running, right? Or no?
No, Schitt's Creek ended a few years ago. Good ending. I like Schitt's Creek a lot. Really good, like gay representation, bi representation, cool shit. Good show. So, anyway, this new show, Kevin Can Fuck Himself, the daughter from Schitt's Creek is the main woman on that. And the premise is, it's basically two different shows combined into one. From the husband's perspective, it's like a terrible sitcom, and the show is aware it's terrible. It's intentionally terrible. It's a terrible King of Queens-esque sitcom, lit like a sitcom on an obvious set, 3 cameras with a live audience doing a laugh track, where he's a gross, bumbling idiot who does stuff. And then when she leaves the room, it cuts to her perspective, and it's like a real drama, a single camera drama that looks realistic, and it's all about how much she fucking hates her life and hates her husband. And kind of spoilers for, I guess, the end of the first episode, but I'm just going to tell you so you watch it. The premise is, it's her, she's decided she wants to kill her husband, and it's her trying to kill her husband, and it keeps flipping back and forth between the sitcom antics of the husband, and from her perspective, how everything he does is abusive to her. And it's a really good deconstruction of sitcom tropes and how the kind of people on, like, sitcoms, the husbands, if they were real people, would be the most narcissistic, abusive pieces of shit ever.
Oh, yeah.
It's really great.
There's lots of discussion about how just, like, a lot of people learned, like, how relationships should be in a really fucked up way from that kind of media, like that there should be animosity and the old ball and chain, and then there's like this all the stuff that goes into those sitcoms where there should be this constant battle of trying to escape the other person, but you're bonded to them through marriage, and it's like really fucking sad. So that's a cool idea for a show, and like surprised it got picked up. AMC kind of does that sometimes with interesting shit, like Better Call Saul is like something like that. And Breaking Bad, I guess, at the time was, but
it got renewed for season 2, by the way, so check it out. It will continue.
That sounds good. I think AMC has their own streaming platform, though, don't they?
They do. I subscribed to it so I could watch the show because I saw the trailer. I'm subscribed to a lot of streaming services because I love having
At
all
that point,
shit
it's like
on
just
hand.
get cable.
No, because I don't want live TV. I don't want
Live
other
TV
people
sucks.
decide.
The only reason I have live TV through Hulu specifically for sports. Because
I'm okay. I'm okay with subscribing to a ton of streaming services because at any point I can cancel any of them at will. It's a la carte, you know what I mean? Like, I might cancel my Netflix soon. I don't use Netflix almost ever at this point. And if I ever need to, if a new show comes out or when Stranger Things season 4 comes out, I'll probably renew it and watch it, and then maybe I'll cancel it again. It's fine. Right now, the main ones I use now are probably Disney Plus and Amazon Prime.
I definitely use Hulu and HBO more than anything. Well, and then Disney whenever the new stuff comes out. But I'm waiting for What If. I'm just gonna kind of binge that. I think it's because it's fine. The
voice acting
was okay.
The voice acting is pretty terrible, especially from some of the people who actually are returning from their live action versions because they're not voice actors, so clearly they don't know how to voice act. But I think the premise in terms of like, oh, that's interesting in a plot sense, what would happen if this happened, it's interesting enough to carry the show. The Chadwick Boseman episode was excellent, and Chuds are mad about it, I'm sure you saw.
I didn't see why they're mad about it. But...
Basically, he's Star-Lord, but he's like competent. And, like, of course they made him competent because
T'Challa, though.
Because he's not Peter Quill, and Peter Quill is a fuck-up. That's why.
Peter Quill as Black Panther would not suddenly become more...
Yeah.
Although you should probably do White Panther. Just tossing that out there. Panthers are not white, but that'd be funny. White Cougar. But yeah. Has new Dexter started yet? You know, no, I gotta say, last season of Dexter, I binge watched it through COVID, I believe, as if we're done with that. But like when it got the early stages, when everything was shut off, and I gotta say, I liked almost every season until they get to the last season, and I really tried the last season, just like the last time I watched it, and it just doesn't it just gets so weird. But I will say, this has the opportunity to fix some mistakes if you just sort of like...
The original showrunner is coming back to do it. The guy who did the first 4 seasons, the good ones.
Yeah, right. So I can deal with 5 and... It was 5 and 6, right? And then there's
I watched 5 and 6 and it wasn't as good, but I was like, okay, I still like the character enough in a morbid curiosity way. Because it's hard to like... Dexter's an interesting character in that... Like Heisenberg on Breaking Bad, I can outright hate. Because he's a piece of shit, right?
Yeah, and he's Dexter tries to be a good guy.
Dexter's trying. He's just mentally ill, and at least
I kind of fuck with that though.
But he has killed innocent people before, so it's like
100%. Yeah, but
he's interesting.
I don't think. I think it's fine with characters to be like to root for them, but know that they probably ought to fail. Like even with Walt in Breaking Bad. Like there's a little bit there at the end where it's like, yeah, he's trying to save Jesse, and like you're like, there's still a little piece, but it's not enough to be.
There's a little bit of Walter left.
There's a little bit, and you're just like, God, I wish that guy was, and he's not. But and you know what? I watched El Camino, and my first initial thought was like, I kind of leave it where it's at.
I like El Camino as its own thing.
But also, it was pretty good, and it was kind of like. Hell yeah, we got like it's kind of like Everybody Lived. It's like a very similar moment to that, where at the end people just sort of like make it through. It starts rough with Babylon 5 as absolute 90s gem. Thank you, Marie, for
someone told me, I was asking on stream the other day, I was like, I watched all of Star Trek, so I've seen all of Star Trek at this point. Okay, I haven't actually finished Picard. I got it before season 2 starts because I like Q. I know John Delancey's a dick in real life.
You didn't finish season 1?
No.
I thought John Delancey was cool in real life. Is he not? Damn.
No, he's an asshole.
Fuck.
Yeah. But still, I like Q, so I'm gonna watch season 2. So I gotta catch up. But I've seen like all of Star Trek, so I was asking chat. Like, I've never really watched anything outside of the Star Wars, Star Trek, dual supremacy of sci-fi space stuff.
Oh, you should watch. You should watch.
Firefly.
Oh, no. Firefly. Well, I didn't. Firefly. You might. It's like what, one season in the movie?
Yeah.
You can watch it if you want. I mean, it'll be fine. Nathan Fillion's good and he's charming and stuff. But it's like fine. Wow. Why can't I think of the name of the fucking show now? It is
Stargate.
on Prime. It is not a high sci-fi movie. It is a although it does have some high sci-fi. It's what's it called? Why am I saying? I can only get the fringe in my head. The Expanse. Thank you. That is a really, really good show. It's very, I would say it is a more grounded Star Trek. Like, it's not as fantastical as Star Trek, but there's still Star Trekkiness to it. Yeah. And it just has that really good, like, D&D party feel. Yeah.
I'm looking for interesting characters with interesting interactions, weekly adventures, and there can be an overarching plot, but it's not necessary.
Yes. Well, it's not as Monster of the Week, but I will tell you that there is enough of an overarching plot. It deals with the more political aspects sometimes. Like it's definitely in the background. It's not like the main focus, but the political aspects. Well, some episodes are, but like kind of like when there's like a trial in Star Trek or something, and they have to do like a Federation thing. It's kind of like that, where there's like these solar politics that are dealing with Earth, then the people that live on Mars, and then the people that are called the Belters that live on the asteroid belt that do the mining and stuff. And it's sort of like a classism thing. It's also an exploration thing. It's also like a mystery. There's like cop drama. It's really cool. I was surprised that I liked it as much as I liked it, and I've binged every season. It's super, super good. And then the just in general, just kind of how the characters are, and like I've never seen an alpha male former prostitute character that wasn't treated like that was like a big part. But it's just like, yeah, I was that for a little bit, and that's fine. And then it was just like, I don't know. It's like there's just different things about it. And then there's lots of these things that you don't think, like the small details make the show really cool. Like what would happen if this occurred in zero gravity, or the sounds, or the ship designs, or I just think it's like I said, like a grounded Star Trek. And it still has some crazy shit that's going to go on that has like this big mystery. And so I super strong recommend it. It is definitely as enjoyable as any Star Trek I've ever watched.
Okay.
Super good.
I will have to.
And there's 5 seasons right now, and they're doing more. So like, there's tons of content.
I guess for some reason I thought I'd heard of that show, but for some reason I thought that show had been canceled or something.
No, it was on Sci-Fi, and then Prime picked it up, so they moved, I believe. Okay. The first season's on Sci-Fi, but it's really, really good. I can't. I'd probably give it like a 8.5, 9 out of 10, somewhere in there. Sure. It's not as good as like The Boys or Breaking Bad, but it's like for sci-fi, definitely up there with Star Trek. Sci-fi or sci-fi, the first one. SYFY, the channel. It's recent. They're still coming out with seasons. I'm trying to think if there's any other really good things that I have been watching that you should watch. I don't know. Have you seen Shadow and Bone on Netflix?
Nope.
Surprisingly good show that I thought was going to be a YA novel. It is a YA novel adaptation, but you know how that falls into the trappings? Like it's not that. It's actually way better than I thought it was, and they're doing a second season, probably a third and fourth. It's really good. I was super, super shocked to enjoy pretty much every second of it. It's got this like sort of low magic D&D feel, but with all these really cool characters that are just fun. Like it's a lot of fun, but it's also got.
I think
these,
you actually maybe mentioned this to me.
It's really good, yeah, and it's got like
what's it called again?
Shadow and Bone.
Okay.
I was super surprised that it's good, and it's just like, again, it's another thing that has like good representation, and it also talks about like the main character is like in the show canon, she is an analog for like I guess like a person of Asiatic descent, I guess. I mean, she is in real life too, but like and the racism that those people face, which is distinctly different than like other kinds of racism, and it's just a cool sort of thing. It sort of has like a Russia vibe too, like versus like a sort of a London-y thing. I don't know. It's really, really cool. I strongly recommend everybody watches that. It's and it's got the sexy guy from Westworld. The brother, the guy with the beard, he plays another sexy version of himself that has powers, and it's actually it's more adult than I thought it would be. Like that's why I was surprised. Like it still does those really fun things where it has like these fun characters. And they have a woman in it that is clearly an analog for like Muslim people, and she wears like basically a burqa, but she's like a ninja, and she's fucking rad, and I love her so much. And then they have a gay cowboy. So I mean, come on, or bi? Does anyone know if Jesper's is he gay or bi or pan? I can't tell. He's very Jack Harkness in this way. I can't really tell. I know for a fact. Let me just say, I know for a fact he likes the boys though. So there might be swing in many ways, but I just love that character so much. Super fun. Anyway, I can't gush about that more. He's bi? Hell yeah. Jack Harkness is good. It's clear in the books. Okay.
I have a recommendation in the trashy reality show category, which I don't think you partake in, but other
Naked and Afraid of Love.
No. There's a show on, I think it's TLC. It's called I Love a Mama's Boy, and season 2 just started, and it is the cringiest shit I've ever seen. I showed some of it on stream. So...
Yes, Jade and Tim, that scene. You could show it on stream?
There are sometimes on stream I'll show a clip knowing I'm going to have to edit it out of the YouTube part when I put it to YouTube.
Well, I mean, if it shows up on YouTube a little bit, you can show it, but yeah.
Sure. It was a clip from YouTube, for the record. I went on YouTube and showed the clip from YouTube, and then I re-uploaded it to YouTube and just removed the clip.
Yeah, that sounds like a terrible show, in my opinion.
Oh, it's terrible. But, Jake, people who watch reality shows know they're terrible, okay?
Oh.
A guy took his mom lingerie shopping, Jake.
So there was a wife swap family who did you see this? There's the show Wife Swap. Usually it's one family's usually a much wackier than the other family, and which is where the friction comes from. Why the show is interesting. So they sent like pretty much a normal mom. That's actually a pretty good mom, like good at communicating, to a family of like hyper Christian. Thanks, Plush. Hey, thank you for the making up for bullying me earlier. Thanks for the $2. Appreciate you. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. So they sent a mom to this like super Christian family, and they were basically like, we don't date, we don't do stuff. Like they didn't play video games. They like their fun time, leisure time was family band. Like they would all play instruments and like do like a Partridge Family thing.
Is this a recent thing? This isn't the old.
This isn't.
One,
this is an old. There's a new update.
This isn't the lady who was like crazy and screamed.
Not
and
the
was,
meme
like,
one. Not the meme one. No.
Okay.
This lady was just like really, really controlling. Anyway, fast forward to now times, whenever that was filmed. It's like kind of tragic, and also like, yeah, we saw this coming. One of the kids killed his mom. The crazy one that was like fucking lording over it, just killed her with a shotgun.
Yeah. That'll happen.
Yeah, it was fucking wild. So that's
not,
going
it's
around
not right, but don't abuse your kids. Like not
right,
just because
that's not right
obviously
too.
Because you shouldn't abuse your kids, but also like they grow up to be
safety.
Adults.
Did I tell you this story? This happened in real life. I mean, that's also real life, I guess, but more real, because my reality. Wow. So this is a story I told on my stream, so I'll tell you this story right now. Let's start at the beginning. So when I was a kid, maybe in my early teens, let's start at conception. No. Let's start where. Okay. So my brother had this friend, and I told you the story probably before that my brother and his friend stole money out of my piggy bank back in the day. It was like a little basketball thing, and they stole money, and they took their it was like $65 or $67 or something like that. I still remember. And at the time I was like saving up for video games and stuff. I was a kid, and it bummed me out. I think my mom paid me back, but anyway, he and his friend, who we didn't like this friend. He's kind of an asshole. and he's obviously a bad influence. They took their bikes, and I used to live out in the woods, even further than where you grew up, and they rode their bikes into town and like bought McDonald's and stuff, and like bought their friends like treats and got candy and stuff, and then they came back. And anyway, so that was my first like real negative interaction with that kid. And then so like for this whole summer, my brother was hanging out with this kid, and at one point I remember having to like push him up against like the wall of my dad's house, because that's where we lived at the time, and because I was playing basketball and he was like being an asshole, and he was like being like a really big asshole, and I'd be like, dude, you have to stop right now, you have to leave, or I mean we're gonna have to finish it. And he just smiled at me like a crazy person, and I was like, okay, a little fucking weird, but I was ready. He was smaller, I didn't want to like hurt him because my brother is 3 years younger, and when you're in that tween age, like it's a very big difference between rather than adults. And anyway, so I forgot about that kid. I forgot about him. Didn't know he existed. I'm sure my brother probably forgot about him too. My mom called me the other day 3 times, and I'd missed it because my phone was on silent. And I was like, whoa, is everything okay? And she's like, I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound fine. She just goes, holy fucking shit. I'm like, what? She goes, wow, holy fucking shit. And she just kept saying that. I'm like, Mom, you gotta keep giving me information. And then she calmed down a second, and then she told me, do you remember this kid? And I'm like, yeah, I remember this kid. He's like, and she said, and this is the craziest fucking sentence she's ever said to me, apparently he chopped his mom's head off with an axe and then put her decapitated body in a ditch. And the craziest fucking part about that is I used to deliver mail to that house every single day. Every day. It was fucking crazy.
What do you do with the head?
He didn't Kemper it. He just threw it in there, I think, with the that's fucking crazy.
That's like, if you're gonna cut off the head, at least make like a Jason Voorhees Friday the 13th Part 2 shrine. Like, don't just cut the head off for no reason.
What's also fucked up is he went to prison for like abusing a dog, like stabbing him. The dog survived, but he like stabbed the dog and was having a bunch of problems, obviously.
That tracks.
And then he the other craziest part is on that charge, she sold their family home to get him out of prison, only for that to happen.
Lovely.
It's fucking wild stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was watching. I don't know why. See, this is one of the reasons. I mean, there are a lot of reasons I don't want to have a kid. You know, I'm too inherently selfish. I'm too self-centered. I wouldn't be able to take care of a kid reasonably. I don't like kids, etc., etc. But also, it feels like having a kid is like a form of mental illness in some cases, because I've seen parents forgive kids, their children, their adult children, for things they should never, ever, ever be forgiven for because they're their parents, and it's like this weird mental thing where they feel the need to, and it's like, nope, not doing that. I was on a kick a while back watching a ton of Louis Theroux documentaries. I don't know if you've seen any of Louis Theroux's stuff.
Sounds super familiar.
He's great. He did that My Scientology movie. He's done probably dozens of documentaries at this point. He's done a lot of work for the BBC. It's really good. Anyway, he did a documentary on, I think it was like children with mental issues. And one of the people he talked to a mother whose son had sexually assaulted her, like in a rage, and she like forgave him and stuff, and it was like, oh god, no. And I'm not even like, I understand that guy, that kid, whatever age he was like 14, 15, 16, I don't know, clearly getting mental fucking issues and needs to be helped and put somewhere so he can't hurt other people, but like, oh my god. Scary stuff.
That is a bummer.
That's some regular Chris Chan stuff.
Oh boy. Of course. I had to come back to it.
Christine's court date's coming up. I'm excited.
Are you an antinatalist?
I am not having kids. I don't deign to tell other people what to do, but do I think people should have fewer kids? Yes.
I agree with that.
I think people should put more thought into whether or not they actually want kids and can take care of kids, or do they just want to do the thing they think they're supposed to do.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is social pressure. Like, yeah. Well, luckily the birth rates are dropping. Like, and I know that like quiverful people and Republicans are like, this is terrible. No, it's not. It just means that like a sign of declining birth rate is usually a sign of progress and financial sort of like being better off and also
better infant mortality rates,
higher education and so you don't want the birth rate to be really high. I mean, I understand that some people want like replacement rate, but I don't know why.
I don't think we need that. We don't need to have 8 billion people on the planet or 7 billion people. It's not a necessity to do that. It hasn't been the case for most of history. It's fine if we have fewer people. I
really think it's partly the capitalist mindset of infinite growth and like the idea that like, oh, we're not continuing to make number go burr. That's bad. And it's like, not really. We could just live whatever your life is that's happy. If you want kids, I'm fine with that. I don't care. But like, sure. I hope you take it seriously, because I know that a lot of people in our generation did not have parents that took it seriously. I certainly don't feel as though my parents were prepared for what it took. Not that they did like a terrible job, but obviously there's issues. Like just little stuff. Like I don't know, like not even the big stuff that ends up being problems in people's houses. Like just the idea of like not communicating why you want something done instead of just saying because I said so. Like that's a super common thing that people go through, that people deal with their whole life. Like most people are obstinate and like a little stubborn because of how they were conditioned to respond to that kind of thing, rather than just being told like the why, and that it would like, you know, that, well, we're trying to run a house and it's hard for me to do everything and I would appreciate your help, is like really all it would take. Right. So just stuff like that, like, or I don't know, acquiescing to the dumb needs or the dumb desires of a child instead of just being like, well, no, you can't have that thing, just to sort of like not have to deal with it. Like that kind of thing. Like definitely that happened for me. Even though I wasn't like a bitchy kid, my brother was definitely bitchy, and he got stuff like that. And so it just teaches like bad behavior. Like he's an adult now, he's fine, but like I don't know, it just that kind of stuff. I don't know if we want to like encourage, I wouldn't say we have to mandate it, but like encourage some sort of like parenting like courses or something. Like just be like, hey, this is a free parenting thing if you want to come. This is or parenting materials. I don't know, but that's a huge expectation for people that I don't think would work. But I do think that we could change everything in the country for the better if we just talked about consent throughout education. Just the concept of consent, not sexual consent, general consent.
I know you don't like doomerism and you don't like doomers. I'm pretty much done at this point. Because
doomers are fucking stupid.
I'm just gonna ride this train right to the bottom where it's gonna end up, no matter what. So
this train. Yeah, I don't think this train is gonna end up at the bottom. I think there are definitely times when it will seem like that, but I mean that's just not the historical track record of like how humanity works. So
okay, there are peaks and valleys. I think we're descending into a valley.
I mean, that's fine.
And at the bottom of this valley might be the extinction of the human race. Or at the very least, the end of civilization as we understand it.
I don't think that'll be it. I think...
I think climate catastrophe, as it increases and creates an influx of even more refugees, we're going to see an even bigger rise in fascist ideology, which is going to be bad, and is going to leave us even less prepared to deal with the sort of issues that we're going to face due to climate change.
I'd say that that's probably accurate in some scenarios, yeah. I also think that at a certain point, because of the way capitalism sort of operates, is... they'll reach that sort of tipping point where addressing it is more profitable. And then in general, I think people are becoming more disillusioned with the idea of that. In fact, I saw a graph the other day that was actually pretty good about the COVID thing. Or was it today? I don't know. In fact, the national polls for unvaccinated people are actually much lower than I thought they would be. It's around 20% now. It continues to drop. It was at like 35%, which is bad. But as people continue to experience firsthand COVID or secondhand, vaccination rates continue to go like this. Like one side's going up, the other side's going down, and people are getting more and more vaccinated. So like, I don't know. I think a lot of people have become disillusioned. I specifically think a really good side effect of this, and then we can we've almost done 2 hours, so we could probably wrap up. But
yeah,
I think a good side effect is that people have realized that their labor does not have to be in a brick and mortar building, and they can do it from home. And people are starting to realize that, like, there's a worker strike right now. Like, people are starting to realize that, like, their labor is worth more than they were getting pre-COVID. And I think that's the silver lining to this in general. And not just America. I think the whole world is kind of on that. Like, we can work remotely for a lot of jobs. We don't have to do this commute. We don't have to, like, be undersold for our labor, and a lot of people are demanding more. And you see even the shitty jobs are like, we will pay you money to please work here.
Every time I pass a McDonald's or a Burger King or a KFC or anything these days, and there's just the most desperate, pathetic sign, like, we'll hire 14 and 15-year-olds, we'll pay you $14 or $15 an hour, please just... Oh, it feels so cathartic, because I know what it's like in those shitty jobs. Bad. You get treated like fucking garbage by...
100%.
I never dealt with customers, but I've seen how customers interact with the people who work at the front end. The managers treat you like shit. You didn't, but you know who I'm talking about. The kind of managers
I do know who you're talking about. Yeah. I was actually pretty okay, I think. I was pretty goddamn okay. Relative to other bosses I've had.
I agree. I think you understood that people are people, and they get to, like, make work a relatively enjoyable environment where you get to hang out with people, but also when it's time to fucking make the burgers, you make the fucking burgers.
We have
you were a good balance. Yeah,
I think we have to. Now I would take a different approach today than I would have back then, because I sort of believed in the idea that like we should probably be trying to work hard, but now I'm just like, fucking steal time. I don't give a fuck. like I know I was pretty lax back then, because I mean, it's McDonald's. I'm not trying to work anybody's ass off for $7. Like, no. I'm not. And like even asking people to, like, pick up shit. Like, I had a hard time with that. I didn't like it. Like, sometimes I did it myself because I didn't want to tell anybody else to do it. But sometimes you don't have time. So I feel bad for people that have to work that kind of shit, because going through it just made me luckily it made me a better person. Like, I don't know, everybody that I work with at McDonald's, everybody that I still have a relationship with, you and Alex are chiefly among them, and then there's other people that, like, you know, every single one of them treats service people well, and I think that's good. Like, but yeah, I'm glad. I think the labor shortage and the idea there is going to be good. I do think we're coming down the pipe of the eviction moratorium. I don't know how capitalists... How do you think that 750,000 homes, or households, not people, households, being evicted is a good financial decision, like, for the country and for landlord? Like, you're not going to get paid. Then housing prices are going to plummet, so you're going to get less money after that, which is good.
I don't think housing prices are gonna plummet. What's going to happen? Well, first of all... If we're talking about people with mortgages, companies are going to scoop them up, which they're already doing, in order to turn them into rental properties if they're not already rental properties.
Well, that's already a problem. Like East Coast, specifically, like, New York investors are scooping up Midwestern, like, developments, just being like, oh, I have $1 million, I can buy a dozen houses. Like,
it's disgusting.
It's cheap. Yeah. It's really.
And I say that as someone, I own a house and I'm letting Alex stay there and he's paying me rent. I'm only charging him at cost of the mortgage. So honestly, I'm probably losing money in the long term in terms of upkeep and rubbish, trash bills and stuff. Like, whatever. But that's fine. I'm not in it to, like, make a profit. I just want to hold on to that property because luckily I was able to get one. And, you know, who knows if in another 10, 15 years if I'm going to be able to afford a different house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah. It makes sense.
It's a fucked up system.
It's
and
really
I'm renting here. Like, I'm renting this place. I don't know if you know that. We were originally going to buy, but it didn't work out, so now we're renting. Yeah. So I am both a landlord, technically, with Alex, and also a tenant.
Yeah.
It's such a fucking stupid system that we have.
I think the commodification of housing, like, that apparatus, or at least, like, a version of where it's sort of split model, where where there is public housing options, or there are public housing options available, will be the biggest domino to topple in regards to the well-being of people that live under this system. Like that right there has to be the big one. That's not healthcare, although healthcare, education, those are both important. Healthcare is the first one I want, obviously, but housing commodification. Once you can say, like, okay, well, if you want like a big house with lots of property, I'm fine with you buying that in the market. Right now I am. Not eventually. Like, I don't think housing long-term commodified is a good thing. But we were talking about this on stream the other day. I like the idea of like my house being, rather than a property owner, I love the idea of property stewardship. No one's taking my house from me. I am the steward of this place, and I maintain it, and it is mine, and it adds a more communal sense to our just like literal communities. And you could pass that down familially, and then if that chain ever ends, I mean, that's fine. Someone else will use that property, and that's okay, and that's a good thing. We don't need to just hoard things all the time. And I wish that was the model that we go with, and I think that will be eventually down the line, long after we're gone, of like the idea that some people have towards housing, and hopefully, after the environmental collapse, and New Orleans is long a dead city with under the sea. We will have these spaces every once in a while, I think. But
don't forget about the lost city of Atlanta.
The lost city of Atlanta. I don't think Atlanta's doomed to go under. Houston might, though. The lost city of Houston. Anyway, so
it's weird that I'm such a doomer. I mean, this isn't. I mean, I know this tracks with our personalities and how they've always been. You're so optimistic. It sickens me.
Yeah, but like you didn't have the same educational background, like, and so like I was definitely inclined to agree with you, and then like I don't know, just the track record of human history. We're so stubborn, like we're just so fucking stubborn, and we always.
So is every species. Eventually, every species comes up against a challenge that's too much for them to deal with.
Right, and I don't think.
Period.
I just don't. So
if we have total environmental collapse in the sense that a huge swath of species, plants, animals, etc. die, and it changes the environment further, which is the road we're going down, humans just literally won't be able to survive because they won't be able to get building material to build shelter. They won't be able to get food. They won't be able to get...
Yeah, I just don't think it would cascade that far before, like...
Based on what? Why do you think that?
Based on specifically our the sort of combination of people that just like are already starting to like have been doing the good stuff, and then the inherent necessity to make a change in pursuit of profit, because it will not be profitable to continue down certain paths, and so they like even the bad guys will be forced. Their hand is forced.
There just aren't solutions to some problems, though. You act as though there are no Kobayashi Maru scenarios where you're just fucked. You just fucked up so bad you can't put the genie back in the bottle. It's done. We are. Scientists have said that for years, that we already passed the point of no return on this.
We passed the point of no return for like. Not viability of the planet, but on not making a lasting change. I agree, but you know,
we are already in a great extinction event right now.
Sure,
we're fucked. We're fucked.
I fucking
even if humans survive, they will not exist at the same level as they do today. They will not have giant globalized civilizations like this.
1,000 years from now. This is like generations from now. You have no idea what we can accomplish in that time. Like, it just every single time that kind of thing happens, like it just gets figured out. I definitely think it will be bad for a lot of people.
You can't just assume things will just get figured out because some brilliant scientist is going to come up with a machine that's going to fix the atmosphere or some Deus Ex Machina. I don't know. I don't even know what you're proposing here. It seems like you're just thinking, well, someone will figure something out. Like, what does that fucking mean? That's not a plan.
I mean, well, how are you saying you're saying the literal same thing now?
No. No, I'm not. I'm saying the current
pessimism.
Current trends expounded over decades is going to continue, and there's nothing we can do to stop it because no one has the will to stop it. And even if we stopped, if every gas car stopped tomorrow, if every natural gas plant stopped, every coal plant stopped tomorrow, it would still be too late. We'd still be on the path to fucking things up.
You'd still be on a path for a while, but it would eventually re-regulate. Like that's just like how it works. There's absolutely problems with it, of course. I mean, you're gonna have like climate refugeeism for a long time. Like this is definitely gonna be a thing. But the idea that just like everything becomes totally inhabitable within any sort of stretch of time that matters is like not really real. Like not within our lifetimes are we going to experience like the kind of inhabitability that you're talking about. Like
I think near the end of our lifetime we're gonna see it get really, 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 really bad.
I would say that that's probably a reasonable assumption, especially for the more equatorial spaces.
At this point, I'm just happy I own property in Michigan, a place near a bunch of fresh water in a temperate climate. So I'm gonna become a feudal lord. If anyone would like to come and share crop in my backyard, feel free. You can build a shack. I'm not going to be nice about it.
I'm going to go the other way with that. And long after you murder Hannah and take her land from her like you deserve to, we can run a co-op commune here. And you can shrug off the bonds of your capitalist overlords. Yeah, I think it'll be long term. The human race, I think, will be okay, unless there's like I guess like bombs and shit. But like I'm just saying, like the climate change thing, I think gets addressed, and I absolutely believe that long term the human race is definitely worth investing in.
Okay, that belief in a couple bucks, and you can buy a cup of coffee. That's what that's worth.
That doesn't. Is that an old timey saying?
It is an old timey saying. Fuck you! You think things are just gonna work themselves out because of some? It's like you have some because there's no evidence they will. You just think there's some evidence. It's like you're appealing to some just with some gumption and some elbow grease, the human race is gonna.
I mean, you can read things from climate scientists that say here are the steps. Like, here's what we can do to make this work out long term.
And like, it's not going to happen because people who are in charge of society are just going to go and live in fucking bunkers because they don't give a shit.
Well, I mean, that might happen. And then also, like there's only so much that you put up with before. Like people will fucking, like stop this in some way. Like you could have tremendous upheaval of billions of people.
Okay.
And
guy on Easter Island going, I'm sure they'll figure out a way to get some more trees. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
What are you talking about? This is so weird. This is like the it's just like the easy position is just to be like, yeah, well, fuck it.
No, it's not. It's not the easy position to see that we're probably fucked. It's the easy position to think life is a movie and that things will automatically get fixed.
It is such a you position to be like, that's hard. Nah. That is like obviously your inclination.
I don't think it's hard. I think it is impossible.
Yeah, but you also think like raking your backyard is impossible. You know what I mean? Like these are just your inclinations towards things. By the way, are you growing pumpkins in your backyard? Did you just let fucking pumpkins run amok back there? What is going on in your yard?
What are you talking about?
There's like pumpkins and shit. There's fucking wild plants back there. It looks like pumpkins.
They're not pumpkins.
What are they? Gourds?
There's no gourds. What are you talking about?
Gourds and pumpkins? In melons? I don't know what's going on back there. Okay, well, we'll have Alex send you a picture of your pumpkin patch.
You talking about the rhubarb? There's rhubarb.
No, there's some rhubarb. No. There's some rhubarb. No, definitely it looks like a pumpkin patch. It's wild.
not.
Like when you put the scum pumpkin out there, did you just throw it in the back and then the seeds like melted into the ground and created pumpkins? Is that where you put it?
I don't know. I threw it in the backyard somewhere.
Oh well, that sounds about right then. Hell yeah.
I guess farming's really easy. You just throw rotten vegetables places and then you get more.
Well, yeah,
that's probably how they figured it out. That's probably how people figured that out. They threw rotten vegetables or fruit somewhere.
Literally does it by itself without our intervention. So,
I understand that, but I'm just thinking about how agriculture was invented. Someone noticed that and was like, oh, ooga booga. Ooga booga googa.
Ooga 10,000 years ago when we said ooga booga.
Ooga booga, yeah.
Probably more like 11,000 now, actually. Gourds are hardy fruits. That's true. Pumpkins are hardy. That's why they grow so easy. You should make a pie. Chili pumpkin pie?
I've never had pumpkin pie.
You've never had pumpkin pie?
No.
Huh. That's weird. How's that not happen?
I don't know.
How did it happen into a pumpkin pie?
I don't like pie.
What?
I don't generally like pie. I never, if there's a choice, I never pick pie.
Why?
I just don't like it.
What? But you just said you never pick it. How do you know you don't like it?
Because I've had pie. I've had apple pie. I've had blueberry pie. I don't tend to like pie.
Well, those are vastly different than a. Have you had a cheesecake?
I don't like cheesecake.
Is it the consistency?
It's the flavor.
Okay. But the consistency's fine.
Sure.
Have you had a pecan pie or a pecan pie?
I don't like pecans, no.
Have you had you probably haven't had a sweet potato pie, you live in the north.
No.
Have you had a key lime pie?
Yes.
Did you like it?
It was okay.
Pumpkin pie is good. I don't really fuck with that stuff as much, but I say pumpkin pie it's got that nutmeg. If you don't like cheesecake, canceled. I don't know. I just think anything with a graham cracker crust is probably the most ideal crust.
I like Dutch apple pie.
What's the difference?
I think it has like stuff. It's like crumbled stuff on the top instead of like a normal top layer pie crust. It's like crumbled graham crackers. Probably not graham crackers. It's crumbled something on the top instead.
Ooh, a coconut custard pie is super good too. I love a coconut pie. All right.
I like cream pie. I'm not making a
joke. Shut
the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I mean it literally. God damn it.
Hey, I'm team cream pie too. Let's go.
The patisserie down the street actually has chocolate cream pie. That's really good.
Hashtag team cream pie. It's okay. It's okay. You're submissive and breedable.
Shut the fuck up. I don't want to ever hear that phrase come out of your mouth again.
I did a thing the other day while I was watching a Lauren Chen video. I forget what she was talking about. I think she was talking about sex, but I made a big fucking rant about donuts so I wouldn't get demonetized on YouTube. It was fucking good. Boston cream pies. Or Boston cream donuts or whatever. Anyway, so that was that. That was this. It can never not end at some sort of reference to creams. I don't know why, it just happens. The cream occurs.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's it, probably, unless you had anything else.
No. What's your favorite song?
Ever?
Take time in a bottle.
No, I do like that. That's on my professor playlist, though.
That makes sense.
I
don't know that's a terrible question to ask somebody. That's thousands of songs that people have.
What's my favorite song of all time?
What's your favorite song to I don't know. Like if you're just like, here's my vibe right now. I just want a vibe. What's the banger right now? What is it?
Oh god, let me look at my playlist.
You know, I will say for a bit, even though the memes were happening, it was all over the place. Fleetwood Mac. Whew. That's a good vibe song. Not Fleetwood Mac. The song I can't think of the name of.
I like Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. That's kind of an easy answer, but
I like the beat to that song. I'm tired of hearing it, but
I was also listening to that song Rasputin about Rasputin. Rah, rah, Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen.
Plush Pond 199. Stop fighting. You're both submissive and breedable. I am definitely not the last two things, which is the whole thing.
I've also been listening to Weird Al lately because I've been having middle school nostalgia.
Albuquerque, the album Albuquerque.
I don't remember what was on that album.
Oh, that was the one with the Star Wars song.
Oh.
It's a good one. Lies? No, I mean, it's not lies. What's the opposite of submissive and breedable? Dominant and breeding? Whatever the opposite is the answer to that question. That is what I am. So that's okay.
I'm going to stream on my channel on Twitch right after this, twitch.tv/Hannah Reloaded. We're going to do Chud Watch. Mm-hmm. A fan made there's a WWE wrestling game. I asked the other day, I wonder if there was a battle royale between all of the Chuds I cover, what would happen? So someone made that in a WWE game and did an amazing job recreating all the people I tend to cover. So we're probably going to watch that and some other Chud stuff. So go to twitch.tv/Hannah Reloaded and we'll do that.
I think dominant and virile. There we go. Then what is a Switch? That is a Nintendo product. Thank you, Mr. The $2.
Baja got a Switch. Baja's brother actually got her a Switch recently, which is awesome. He's super nice. He gets me stuff sometimes too, just randomly. He's so nice. And we've been playing Stardew a lot, and that's super fun.
Like together on the same farm?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
The multiplayer's awesome. You can get so much done in a day with two people playing.
Yeah. Roland, thanks for the $2. ALBU Kirky. You gotta go listen to the Albuquerque album. That's a fucking weird song. There's like it's just random. I thought it was fucking hilarious when I was 11, but it's not. It does not hold up in the way that one might hope. But it is good.
I remember when the peak of comedy was a song, but with food lyrics instead of the original lyrics. Eat
White and nerdy.
White and nerdy. I've been browsing and inspecting next men comics. I collect them. The pens in my pocket. I must protect them. My ergonomic keyboard never leaves me bored. Shopping online for deals on writable media. I read at Wikipedia. I'm a Rise to Hell really well. I can recite it right now. And if you are up to well. Yeah.
Bars.
I didn't say I was good at it. Damn.
It was the delivery that was.
Yeah, have you seen once on stream I did a full Ice Ice Baby rendition and it was good. So, you're welcome.
Ice Ice Baby is a good song. Yeah. I feel like everybody knows every word to that song, right?
Alright, stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back with a brand new edition. Something
nope.
grabs a hold of me tightly, flow like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will never stop. Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights, and I'll glow.
To the extreme, or rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and watch wax left like a candle. Yeah, that's great. I love it. I love it. You know what I like better? Is Seal. So.
There used to be a great tower alone on the sea.
You
became the light on the dark side of me.
What did you know that when it
snows, my eyes become alive and baby!
You should turn the stream off immediately.
All right, bye everyone. Go to my
never do it again.
Go to my Twitch channel. We're gonna stream now.
It's
like
just me. Stapp.
And we'll be back, and it won't be another month. We'll be doing things regularly again. So come hang out with us, and we'll have a good time. So, bye everyone.
Bye.